Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So as you can already see in the title down below, I'm going to be doing my go-to job interview look 2018 version. You can see in my YouTube channel that I did that I think around 2016, and this is the updated look. And I don't know if much has changed, but definitely I use different products. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep watching the video. Okay, so to start with, lagi ako nagpa-prime ng face ko, and today I'm using the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Primer. It's the purple or the lilac one, if you can see. Actually, with e.l.f. there are different types of primers that you can use depende sa kung anong feel mo or anong gusto mong gamitin. There is the illuminating one, which is the orange one, mineral infused one, the pink one, the hydrating one, I think that's the blue one, and then the blemish control is the green one. So I'm using the tone adjusting one like I mentioned before. Sometimes I put just a little bit more, and I would just put some on my chin. Moving on to foundation, I actually have a new one. This is the new Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation, and I got the shade 130 or Buff Beige. This is actually a shade too dark for me, but this was the closest one because the rest of the shades were sold out. Okay, and I don't use that much, so I only put like this tiny amount. And I'm gonna spread that on my face. And then with the Beauty Blender, I'm just gonna... What else am I gonna do? I'm just gonna put this tiny amount as an additional layer. How much foundation? I just put it on my troubled areas and parts where I want to even out the skin tone. And then I would just pat it. And then put a little pressure here just to really make the foundation sink in. And then neck. By the way, this is my current makeup bag and it fits everything and I love it. I forgot what like Korean store I got this from, but you can get this at Harbor Point. So when you go to Harbor Point, look for that store. Okay, for concealer, I'm not using anything new. I'm still using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Again, going for the under eyes first. Okay, so now that I look crazy again, I'm going to use my Beauty Blender to continue the magic. Okay, now that that's done and my face looks so washed out, we're gonna set that with powder, and obviously I'm still grabbing it, and I'm still using my Catrice Prime and Fine Transparent Powder. I love this. This is giving me so much life right now. And using this dirty When Wild powder brush, tap it a little bit, and set. Okay, so now moving on to eyebrows, because I look super washed out. I know I'm going to be using the same product you've probably been seeing for years. This is the Face Shop Designing Eyebrow Pencil, and I still can't memorize the name, in the shade Gray Brown. Now I realize I haven't been really talking it through, and this doesn't really sound like a tutorial, so I just want to do a quick chat. I use matte foundations whenever I apply for like a job interview because I have a combo of oily and sensitive skin, so a dewy look might not do you good, especially since you're going to be waiting in line and you're going to be going through interviews and exams, and you're going to be commuting or you're going to be driving. That's great, but it's going to be a busy day, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with constantly going to the bathroom or putting on your mirror and doing some retouch, but actually there's really nothing wrong with it, but you do want to stay locked and prepared for like whenever your name's going to be called. So, and you'll never know when that will be. take this for example. You're gonna be put in a room where there are people that are walking around the office and they constantly see you looking at your mirror or going and just fixing yourself up. That might, I'm not saying it will, but it might create some sort of like bad impression and they might remember you by it. So you just want to look at your best without really making it, or without really showing that you're putting a lot of effort in keeping your face like locked and matte and fresh. And now I look sad because my brows naturally go down and I don't know how to arch it, so and a good tip also, if you're not into setting sprays or primers, or no, not that you really prime this part of your face, but if you're not going to use setting spray, at least one good tip that I've discovered is to tint your eyebrows. So grab a Maybelline one, a Benefit one, whatever brand, and just tint it to your natural color, or if you want to lighten it up, that's even better. Because I tend to have I have oily skin, so this part of my eyebrows would sort of like fade throughout the day. So that's also an issue that I have resolved thanks to the Face Shop. Okay, so time for contour, and I've been using the Maybelline Master Sculpt contour and highlight combo, and I don't know what shade this is. And now for the part that I dread shooting on camera, which is contouring my forehead. So you will see how big it is. Yes, I have a huge forehead. Alright, I actually have a little bit of eyeshadow on already, but I'm just going to repeat the intro. So I'm going to be using my Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, and I use this whenever I do client meetings and job interviews and all that stuff. And even this is still in its original packaging, so I have had this for a while, but I still really love it. And it has a lot of cool tones and natural tones in it. The other nudes palette of Too Faced has a lot of warm tones. This is all cool and natural tones. That's why I like it better. So for my all over the base shade, which you can already see here, I'm going to be using Lace Teddy, and with my Real Techniques base shadow brush. So let's start. Alright, so now that you have your base shadow, I'm actually going to be using Risque, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, as my crease shade. So use a lighter hand with this. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to highlight, and I'm going to be using, of course, the only highlight shade in here, which is Heaven. It's kind of like a banana toned highlight shade. Alright, so this is it for my eye look, and that might even be a little too much for some people, but I don't really mind it. I'm keeping this zoom frame because I actually really like it. And for lashes, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I actually really like this. And it's so easy to travel with because it's not like, it doesn't have like that bulky packaging. For blush, I'm actually going to be using my Milani Baked blush, which you can get at Beauty Manila or any trusted Instagram seller. And I'm using the shade 05 or Luminoso. So this is a cult favorite. I'm sure everybody knows about this shade already. And I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild angled blush brush. And whoa, that's a bit powdery actually. And I applied it like diagonally so that it'll make my face look sharper. And lastly, for the lips, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink, and I'm going to be using number 75 or Fighter. And a lot of people actually prefer Amazonian because it's lighter than Fighter, but I actually really like this because I don't have nudes in this shade, and I feel like if I buy Amazonian, it'll just look like my other nude lipsticks. But I'm also not saying I'm not gonna buy Amazonian. It depends. And that completes this look. This is my go-to job interview makeup, so I hope nagustuhan nyo to. And if you guys actually want to know more about the products that I use, I will link it down below in the description box with links to good reviews about them if you want to know more about the products, because obviously I like them, so I wouldn't link a bad review. And if you want to know different things, like you want to know more or whatever question it is, whether it's related to the video or not, but please let it be appropriate. Just comment it down below and I will reply as soon as I can. And so I need to pause. So if you guys like this video, then do hit the like button. Please be generous about it. Also, subscribe. There is a subscribe button on your lower left and upper right button of the screen, so just click it. Also, if you want constant notifications when I upload, then hit the bell and click all. And not that I upload that often, but at least you'll get notified. So I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you when the next one comes up. Bye!